time to have DDD Invoice on the stage. A big round of applause for DDD. Thank you. Good luck.
Hello. Invoicing is important, but it's also boring and complex. We know that. We are a spin-off of a company deeply involved in the invoicing industry, but now the invoicing is about to change forever. And to explain you that, I need to take you back in time. The first tax document was an invoice. It says how much grain someone borrowed. Invoicing then evolved into the paper invoices and PDFs, still widely used today. But now a new type of invoices is being mandated around the world. It's called invoice, and it basically means it can be sent from software to software. Romania is mandating electronic invoice from next year on. But also 20 other countries are mandating invoicing in the next 3 years. When a country mandates electronic invoice, a software provider has to change their software to comply with that. But if it's international, it means a lot of problems. Each country has its own standard, own regulations, and different timelines anyway. It's a big mess out there. To help modern and fast businesses comply with the ever-changing invoicing landscape, we created DDD Invoices, an API-first global electronic invoicing platform. With one simple connection, software providers can now comply with all local invoicing requirements and sell their software wherever they desire. We integrate with the tax authorities, and we make sure their invoicing is compliant forever. One integration for global compliance. We're faster and cheaper and saving thousands of euros and months in development time for our customers. We're building a self-serve integration approach which hasn't been seen yet in this space, and we can expand extremely fast with a unique configuration module. We're talking with a bunch of software vendors solving compliance for their own users and enterprises for their own billing. Our business model, we are charging based on a monthly subscription and based on a setup fee and monthly maintenance fee. Our go-to-market strategy follows regulatory development with a localized approach, as well as building a general online presence. We have validated the market with a couple of bigger brands and 30K monthly recurring revenue. And we have now a unique 5-year window of opportunity because the whole US as well as EU is shifting to electronic invoicing. We are looking for a pre-seed of 600K for growth, marketing, and sales, and have a soft commit of 160K. We are a team of 14 people with a proven record, and we are all focused on one goal: making invoicing globally easy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for the 10 seconds here for the finish. And now, judges, you have 5 minutes from now.
So, as there are many countries are starting to update the legislation, there are many companies upcoming. So what's the competitive landscape in terms of new companies being?
So the competition, yeah. So the competition really comes in 3 aspects: own development of the company, local invoicing providers, and when we scale globally to global tax compliance solutions. If we take a look at the first, it costs from 10 to 50K for one company for one country. With us, it's one integration for all of the countries in one single day. Local invoicing providers, international companies requires one per country, and they have not specialized UI for that reason. Yeah, we integrate with one day for one compliance. And then we have a global tax compliance solutions, which are high implementation cost and takes 3 to 6 months to implement. And basically, if we take a look at those, because our competitors are really those, not local invoicing providers, the market is focused on enterprises. There hasn't been a need yet for a modern international SMEs because the regulation hasn't arrived yet. And we are basically solving a need for international SMEs. Enterprises are basically solving a problem to other customers.
Hey again.
Hello.
How do you keep track with all the national tax authorities? So you have their I mean, if it's 150, 170 countries, depending how you count, like with all the changes and stuff like this, how you keep updated, like, like real time or almost real time?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. So basically, that's our compliance board for the Europe currently. Most of the Europe is not yet mandating electronic invoicing, right? So we are currently compliant for the B2B sector in most of the Europe because it's only VAT compliance. Currently, for the other countries that have invoicing and fiscalization mandated, we're doing everything in-house. But we are also speaking with the PwC, so we could partner up. They would provide the knowledge and all that stuff, and we would then make the technical integration. If this doesn't happen, we need 3 people for one country. One doing the tax checking and researching. Everything is public. And basically, we need 27 people to cover the whole EU, for example.
Thank you.
You mentioned the local providers basically as an alternative to what you're doing, but not at the scale that you're doing it. Are you utilizing them for being able to enter into a country easier and then maybe transitioning to your own solution, or it's not an approach that you want to?
No, that's part of our thing when I was speaking about where we differentiate. So we spent 7 years and 5 million euros on building this platform already. And we have a unique configuration model where we can adopt a new electronic invoicing or fiscalization regulation in just 14 days. It's basically a low-code, no-code approach, 6 levels of abstractions, so we can do everything ourselves. The bigger companies, like those enterprises, for example, Pagero, they're global. And they are basically invoicing to the network of local providers doing arbitrage to USA. They contacted us to help them with a specific problem in Israel, for example. We are still solving that, how we're going to approach that issue. But because of our unique configuration model, we can expand really fast. And we are looking to be the first one to basically have own integration with all the tax authorities around the world.
Okay, thank you. And how much of the spin-off is owned by the initial company?
Nothing.
Nothing.
All IP is in the DDD.
Okay.
50 seconds more, but if you don't have question, we can move to the last one of this batch. Thank you,
very much.
Dennis. Thank you, DDD Invoice.